Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex Day trade setups for today. So yesterday the move did play out quite handsomely, and in actual fact some pretty decent profit that would have been generated from the shorts. At the moment, I just want to get to the weekly quickly, because you can see this area that we're in right now has there's a lot of support down here, and I can go to the left and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. There's so much support here, so you don't really want to be jumping in short down at these levels. You do want to wait for some form of pullback. Now the closest pullback, it makes sense, although any of these tails could impact price, this is the closest one to us, so that's the area that we need to pay attention to. So if we get down to the hour, you can see yesterday we were basically in this range, and the break of the previous day's low was what you were looking for, which was right over there. We'll have a look on the low time frame, see if it was a retest of that, but that was a pretty solid move down, and then we hit the first target. So next target is in the same area, so I would want to see a pullback here before climbing back in short. So on the break here, not really a retest, just a big bar off there, but have a look at the top end here. You can see three tails to the upside, off moving averages, story of three, and there were multiple stories of three yesterday while we were waiting for the market to open. So I'm still looking for dollar strength, so we're looking for shorts. There's a bit of a gap here, and if you're on the 15-minute, there is a smaller level that you could pay attention to as well, which would be 109.124 with a stop just above this high here, and that is 109.212. Alternatively, you prefer to wait for something higher up here. I don't think that's going to materialize today. It's 109.451 or 109.612. So I think probably more of the same today, a bit of consolidation, and then an attempt to break through this area. The continuation trade for me is going to be a break of 108.865. So break and retest of that to the downside. But bear in mind, on the weekly, we are in a massive area of support. So I would prefer a much deeper pullback onto structure before looking for another short here. Looking at US dollar Japanese yen, same scenario here. We sort of bounced off support and we've moved to the upside. So oscillators kind of all over the place at the moment, not giving us any indication of what is going on. The trend is up, and the second thing that we do need to keep in the back of our mind is that is a flag. We haven't really had a retest of it, but it's a flag and it's moving the upside. The risk we have now is it forming a double top and turning into a double top. So looking at the hour, we want to be trading with the trend. The trend is up. Where is the closest area to buy? So right now, it's this area where we are in at the moment. And then we have a bit of a gap here as well. So I'm just going to put it, I'm going to use that fractional, but use a gap down here. So that is the area we need to pay attention to. If we can find support in this area, we're looking for continuation. Otherwise, we're looking for a deeper pullback, which would make a lot of sense to me anyway, looking at the oscillators. And that's in this area, 122.987. So 122.987 is the area I'd be waiting for. Alternatively, we need to see if we can hold this, close this gap at 123.567, and then look for a trade to the upside. Simple advice: pay attention to the 15-minute. So you can see this was a bit of a sort of a consolidation phase. So somewhere in this area, but this gap would be a magnet of sort. So there is a little 15-minute level just a little bit lower down at 123.450. So 123.450, somewhere around 123.567. That's the area I'd be watching. If we can find support there, then you're definitely looking for a continuation to the upside. Sorry, let's just get back to the 8 hour and just see what kind of targets we've got. If I remember correctly, it's blue skies. Yeah, you see there's nothing really close by. We'd have to go to the weekly, and you can see we're sort of flirting with this high. So breaking through here will more than likely target something like that. at 124,600, and then I would assume 125 would be the next target to the upside. Moving on to British pound, Japanese yen, and same scenario here. We basically broke through this range and moved to the upside. We don't really have structure to the left. Again, if I go to the weekly, let's wait for the chart to catch up. You'll see here that there's not much, how to put it, there's a bit of resistance here. You can see more significant resistance there, and you can see further back you go, this is an area where there has been resistance. Just pay attention, there are gaps above. So there are gaps from 2008 which are to the upside. Anyway, so if we're looking at the weekly, we do have a weekly pin bar, but obviously we need to drop below that for that to be validated at the moment. The rest of the trend is fairly strong to the upside. So if you're back to the time frames we're looking for today, first scenario here is we could be rejection and then looking for support lower down, and that's kind of the play that I would be waiting for. So if you look at the hour, there is a consolidation. That's the area that we're looking to retest, and it's a pretty solid area. So that would be my first bet, which would be 161,211, and then the second area would be roughly right here. We've missed this one as well, and that is 161,500. So 161,500, we can get back down to that level, and we can get some price action there, inside bar, engulfing bar, pin bars on that level. Then we're looking for a move to the upside. Lastly, euro British pound, and this one has broken through the moving averages again, but again, remember what I say, when we're above and below the moving averages like this, this is volatile, it is ranging, it is confusion, there is no direction. So if you look at the higher time frames, that is the scenario we have. We're obviously looking to be short right now, and the closest area that we need to be short off is a bit of a zone up here. So that is 083,687 and 083,590. Look at my oscillator starting to grip the downside. Every time they grip to the downside, what happens? It rallies. Okay, so be very, very wary of that. So in other words, what I'd be looking for is look to the left to see an area of support, and there are a couple of areas here. I mean, you can pick one, but this area that we're in right now is fairly significant if you look there. Okay, and you can see, as you scroll along, you can see lots of buyers coming off that. We break below it, come above it, and the last time we did this, we didn't really test it. So that is the area to be paying attention to. So it could be bottom of range, could form a sort of some structure here for a move to the upside, but for shorts, I'd be looking for a pullback back to this 083,600 area. Pull back into there, that would definitely give us a nice tight stop loss above this high, and then looking for a move to test these levels to the downside. Alternatively, London breakout may actually work out for you as well, and it did work out yesterday. So first 7 bars is your range, and then a break the downside would give you a move. Just bear in mind, you've got a massive area of support here at 083,174. So you're kind of looking at something like 153 points for 150. So it's almost like a one-to-one trade, but not that much on offer. We break through this area here, you're looking for a pullback onto support, and then we can start looking for bigger opportunities to downside. I suspect we're probably going to go sideways or have some kind of a significant bounce here, and a significant bounce would be all the way back up into this zone here at 084,100 or 110. Anyway, this one is a clear sit and wait for me. There is some structure on the dollar that we can pay attention to, but I think the pound is a little bit exhausted. So just wait, be a little bit more patient than normal, and just wait for the structure. And again, 15-minute trades, if you've got the time, will probably be the way to go today. Hope it helps, and we will catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.